Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Um, have you ever thought about your retirement dreams? It's not all like what you really think it is. You know, so many people out there, they are one paycheck away from being evicted. You know, um, people can't afford to live in their own place. People are living with families. People are being homeless. And I'm concerned about my financial future. I really am. You know, um, there's people out there. They can't afford their rent. You got affordable housing out there. It's not so affordable. You know, it's just crazy. It's crazy to think about retiring broke, and I don't want to retire broke. I really don't. If it can, it really kills me. you know, it just uh, it scares me, and I feel for the people out there that they got medical bills and they're about to retire. This people working at 80 years old. You know, and they're struggling. Personally, I'm investing in silver. You know, many people worry about possibility of retiring broke, especially the rising cost of living, the uncertain economic time, this economic times. The value of the dollar going down. You know, um, groceries so expensive. It's so expensive, and I see these young kids. They don't think about that. All they really think is about you know playing Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? Playing video games and and having a job and not doing their best and 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 showing what they can really do. There's a lot of smart kids out there, a lot of smart kids, but they're too worried about games. You know, think about it. Are you saving enough? You feel comfortable for your retirement? The harsh reality is that a lot of people aren't. Studies show a significant number of individuals aren't saving nearly enough for their golden years, and not. It, uh, it, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I think I got stocks investments. I'm stacking silver. Um, with the way silver price is going, I think it's a smart investment. Especially, I'm 54 years old and I got really nothing to show for. And the only thing that I have to my name is my car and everything inside my room. That's the only thing I own. You know, one main reason people struggle with retirement is the savings. They simply don't have a solid plan. You know, without a clear strategy. I can say that freaking word to save my life. It's easy to get caught. To the day expensive, and you lose the sight of the long term goal. You just another challenge is the temptation of spending money and non-essential items rather than putting it towards savings. And there are those, out there, they save, but it's just never enough. Like the inflation. You go to the grocery store, $100 4 bags of groceries. You know, the cost of healthcare and all that. It's very stressful, very stressful. So I I think I did a good decision on investing in silver. My next thing is to really start smoking, because the money I'm spending on smoking cigarettes, I could buy silver, and that's a way for me to secure my future. You know, if you feel the same way, about retirement, you have an action plan, anything like that, I would love to hear your action plan. You know, share your thoughts. Just share your thoughts. I'll be glad to hear them. You know, comment below. If you're interested in silver, you can check out my website. I'll put my website right here. Let me go get it. So, yeah, if you're interested in silver, go to freesilvertour.com and check it out. You can start with a silver bar and and see how good it feels to have silver in your hands. It does. It feels so great. Every I get a monthly auto-ship. Every month I get silver delivered to my house. But I ask you, go ahead and please like this video and subscribe. And then you can be part of my story, because I'm trying to get 1,000 ounces before I retire. And the way I can really do that is with Quicksilver, because I'm able to use my commissions and get silver. I don't have to use my own money. Um, like right now, I'm getting 1 ounce of silver. As my commissions get higher, I'll buy 2 ounces of silver, and it gets higher and higher. I'll double it up. Four, it goes to 8, to 10. And then as commissions get higher, I buy 20. That hopefully I'll be able to reach my goal to 1,000 ounces. But please, people, you know, hit that like button and subscribe. Be part of my story and comment below. I really want to know. I really want to know your thoughts. What are your thoughts on retiring? So many people out there, they they can't afford to buy their own house. They people are homeless. They living out in the street, and that's something that's not my plan. That's not my plan. My plan is to to retire comfortably and spend time with my family. And like you see those commercials, people retiring the beach, taking a cruise, and all that. I want to do that. I want to be in that picture, having a drink, drinking a margarita, under a hammock. You know what I'm saying? But that's my goal. And having an action plan, I think that's the first step to reaching my goals. Having an action plan. Some people don't. People don't have an action plan. They only think for today. I I kind of get that, but you know, I'm not gonna end up on Walmart greeter as when I turn 80. I'm not gonna do that. No, no. But check out freesabletour.com. Check out the video, take a tour, and you need more information. You know, scan that QR code up here. It'll give you more information um about Quicksilver and what it offers. And um, I'm excited. I'm excited. I can see what Quicksilver offers, and that's why I joined. I'm 54 years old, and I have nothing to show for it. Right now I'm making YouTube videos to document my story. Hopefully, when I look back in the past and watch those videos, I can say, see, I did something good. What I'm saying? I did something good. But honestly, people, I don't know what to tell you. Many people, when they be tired, they don't have enough. They don't have enough. The 401k, uh, it's it's not a guaranteed thing, because the dollar bill is losing its value. It's just an value. Um, and when it comes to silver, it's something that is tangible and and is valuable. Right now, silver is very undervalued because everything is like gold, 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 gold. But silver has outperformed gold this past uh this past couple of weeks. As percentages of going up, it's gonna hit 60. I'm telling you, it was so close. Check out my previous videos. I predicted to hit 60. And I have goals. I would love to. Um, I would love to travel. I always wanted to go to Alaska. I always wanted to go to the mountains. Um, take one of those vacation train rides and all that. I just want to do that. I'm single. I don't have any kids. So that's something that I don't regret. I love my nieces and nephews, and my nieces and nephews they all got kids, so I can get my baby fixed anytime. You know, um, and I love being single. I'm comfortable being single. I don't feel like I need anybody in my life. Just God. That's it. Just God. Um, and and my faith, and that's it. You know, but I really really stress. Um, I highly recommend get yourself some silver, start stacking for the future because I see it. These electric cars they need silver. The solar panels they need silver. Silver is a great electrical conductor. Uh, they need it. NASA uses it. The government uses it for the defense system because for the radar and things with silver. Once silver is used, you can't reuse it. You can't just melt it down again and put it to a silver coin. You just cannot do that. And and governments they can't not have silver, and the government is buying silver in secret because it's part of their defense. India is running low on silver. China is running low on silver. Europe is running low on silver. The votes are running low, and people are panicking. People are panicking. I can see silver going up, and I'm gonna continue buying, and I'm gonna continue with Quicksilver. It's an online silver business that allows you to stack tangible asset and make a commission by selling silver from your website. Okay, and that's what I'm really gonna say. Just want to go online right quick. I just got home from work, and decided to make a video. Right. So if you do like my video, go ahead and subscribe. Be part of my story and comment below. I love to know what people think. What are they doing in retirement? Are you retired now? Uh, what are you doing? you know, are you enjoying your retirement? Or are you struggling? or what is your plan? Okay, so this is it for today. My name is Nicky Silver Stacker, and I'm doing another video. So thank you, and have a good night. Bye.